Okay, this is Duke Rustfield. I decided to make a video to try and help out newer players. So I'm going to go all the way through making a car and playing it. So I am going to start with some frames. I'm going to use things that regular people should have or newer players. So I got a rare frame on there, a rare cabin. Damn, I gotta turn this music down. Um, okay. Um, so right away, I've made a mistake. Frames do not add to the overall durability of your vehicle. So you want to use as little as possible. Don't need this one. It doesn't do anything. Unless I need to connect something here, it serves no purpose except to weigh me down. And frames are pretty heavy, as you can see. Mass 432 kilograms. That's quite heavy. So what I am going to do is make a cannon build, because that's probably what is easiest for me to play. I'm going to need some ammo packs. Some of these are fused, but just pretend they're normal ammo packs. I'm going to put them here behind the cabin, and I am also going to put on, what should I put on? I'm going to need a generator, and I'll use a heavy generator. And is this where I want to put it? I can do it like this. So this connects not only to the cabin, it covers up the ammo packs, at least from the top. And then I'm going to grab some guns, 2 little boy cannons, and I'm going to stick them on top of this generator. The generator is actually fairly tough, 142 durability, but it's also going to be hidden somewhat. So they're going to hit the cannons before they hit the generator. And going to cover these up as well. So you can see my build right now, the mass is orange. That means I'm over tonnage. Tonnage is another word or another concept for wheels. You can have tonnage just underneath your maximum mass, and you can see here the maximum mass is 13,000 kilograms. So if I keep adding wheels, I could have up to 12,999 kilograms on this vehicle. The highest mass of this is governed by the cabin, and you can add engines to raise that higher. But I'm going to grab some wheels real quick. So I got a lot of wheels here. I like racing wheels. I've always liked racing wheels. They can carry a decent amount. They have decent durability, and they have relatively good traction, and they're not that heavy. Just a lot of good things about them. You can use medium wheels, but you can see a big difference. So this non-ST, ST means it's steering. Steering wheels have a lot less tonnage. It means they can carry less. So you can see this tonnage of a medium ST wheel is 415. For the non-steering is 750. So when you want to get more tonnage, you use non-ST wheels. But ST can steer, so makes you able to turn better. I'm going to stick on ST racing wheels up front. I need to increase the sensitivity on my mouse. There you go. So already I am now not over tonnage. You can see that the numbers aren't orange. So if I take those off, I start to slow down, and that's not good. But I'm going to grab some basic armor. Let's see, what do we got? Let's say we're doing scavenger. Nice heavy armor. So scavenger armor is good in that it has a lot of durability for its power score. So 18 power score and 29 durability. That's a really good, it's an excellent ratio. However, it's got a lot of mass. It's very heavy. But I'm a cannon build. I'm not going to go fast. I don't want to go fast because these guns simply can't turn that fast. So if I'm flying around the battlefield, I won't be able to hit anything because my guns won't turn fast enough. So it doesn't do me any good unless I'm just trying to run away. So I'm doubling up this armor. I'm trying to cover up these ammo boxes, and then now I've covered up the generator. Because these cannons stick out over here, if a cannon or rocket or missile or any explosive shoots it from the side, it's going to hit this first. So this 413 durability cannon will be hit before this. It will take slightly more damage. Machine guns, shotguns, things of that nature can aim wherever they want. But explosions are unique, like what these little boys shoot, in that when their projectile, when it goes out, it explodes if it gets within 1.5 squares of anything, any enemy part. So if you try and shoot through here, let's say, it would hit this tire first. If you aimed here, it would be within 1.5 squares of this tire. So remember that. Because these little boys are behind the cabin, if you aimed right here, you wouldn't hit the little boy. If you were using another little boy to shoot it, you would actually hit the cabin. It would come up to about right here and explode because it's within 1.5 squares of an enemy piece. So these are actually quite protected back here. They look like they're exposed, but you have to remember on how explosions work. Explosions are things like autocannons. They are very small explosions, but they're explosions. Rockets, wasps, and crickets. Cannons, Avengers, little boys, fat men, judges, things of that nature. So this is already a basic car. I'm going to make it, I'm going to add a engine, and stick it right in here because I just saw that opening. This doesn't do a whole lot, but you can see I'm at my maximum energy even with the generator. Without this, I'm over energy. These cannons take 6 energy each. This cabin only provides 10 energy, so I can't run this. If I try, one of the cannons is going to be disabled, as you can see at the bottom. So this thing is just there for show. It doesn't fire, doesn't do anything. I've just raised my power score for nothing. That's bad. So I'm going to put my generator back on. You can see what it says, heavy generator not for sale. That means I got it from a crate. If I had, I think I had one to begin with. I sold the one that I had and kept the one that I can't sell. This is fused, but all I did was add slightly to its durability. You can see that the engine, the hardcore adds to my max speed, it adds to the power, which is acceleration, and adds slightly to the mass limit. So remember, it had 13,000 mass maximum before, now it's 13,500. If I take it off, it's 13,000. So, and it makes me faster. Good thing about hardcore is it requires no energy. It's very light, but you can't really rely on it because it's just not that durable. So, you know, if you take this and put it here, and if I was at 13,500 or 13,499 kilograms, if someone shot this off, I would be not only over tonnage, I would be overloaded. The numbers would be red, and I'd move at about 1 kilometer an hour. So basically you're dead in the water. So be careful when using engines, and the same thing with wheels. If you have just enough wheels so that you're not over tonnage, you get a wheel shot off and you start slowing down. If your wheels are big enough and you lose enough of them, you can really come to a crawl. So, you know, I'm going to add some more armor, but I'm not going to add a lot. I want to kind of get, I guess, 5,000 power score. I'm not going to add any fuel barrels. Fuel barrels are, you can sell the fuel, but you have to survive and you have to win. And they're bombs. So I could put some fuel barrels under here, fuel tanks. Hey, I got a bomb right there. So that adds 300 power score. You know, I'm already at 4,500. 300's a pretty big chunk. Even though this is a rare fuel tank. You can have a rare and a regular fuel tank on your car. If you survive and you win, you get fuel, and you can sell that for resources. I found, kind of just doing the math, that I'm less likely to win and I'm less likely to survive having 2 bombs on my car, raising my power score, 120 for this, 300 for that. That's a lot. 420. You know, this cabin is only 750. More than half what my cabin is worth. These guns, so I really like little boys. They're very high power score. They shoot very fast. They reload very fast. They actually have a higher DPS than a Fat Man, an epic Fat Man cannon. In exchange, they have slightly less explosion radius. They have much less durability. They have a different profile on them. Have less knockback to the enemy. A couple other things, but they're very solid. I'm going to add a few more things. I'm going to add radar. This allows you to see stuff on your mini-map. So I'm already... Did I not have a wheel? So I am over tonnage just by that. What am I missing here? But... the engine? No, this I added the wall. So yeah, I'm over tonnage. So I think about, do I want to add another wheel, or I could add different wheels. While I do add, so if I add non-ST wheels, I will not be over tonnage, as you can see, because the non-ST wheels can carry much more than the ST. 1050 versus 585. Just huge difference. But this is a non-steering wheel, so I can't turn as sharp. If I lost these two, I would be able to move only in a straight line, essentially. So it's a tough call what to do. I might add twin wheels, which have a couple of things going for them. They're wide, and these actually behave like you're wider. So they have good grip. They have more durability, 200 versus 160. They're a bit heavy, but they carry a lot. And it's also harder for you to tip over because your car is really this wide now. So I'm going to leave those on for now. I'm going to add radar, and I'm going to put a radio somewhere. Please remember radio. So I'm sticking that underneath because it's not a very durable object. And I'm going to add a bumper up front. Let's see, let's grab just something like this. And so my Leviathan's getting beat up. So this is going to block me a little bit. I want these to be able to shoot 360. I think I'm going to actually push this frame back a bit so it doesn't stick out. So this is trying to protect both the frame a bit and the cabin. The way this works, the way the game works is, you can see my durability is 681. What that is saying is this cabin has 681 durability. If you shoot it with a machine gun, it will explode at taking exactly 681 damage. So all of your health your durability is in this cabin. If you get this blown off during combat, your durability goes down. But you always still have cabin, its base durability. So since all of your health, your total durability is in this cabin, you want to use it as protection. There's nothing on your vehicle that has as much durability in general as this cabin. These guns are very durable, but they're still 413 versus 681, and if I add more pieces on, it's now 731. I mean, obviously I won't do this, but the more we add, the more that cabin strengthens. Oof, this thing is gonna go flying backwards. So what I just saw is the recoil from these guns, and because I have all this weight back here, so you can see the green arrow showing the balance of this vehicle. You can turn that on in your settings, and it's also pretty top heavy, but I'm not worried about that because we're relatively wide. So I want to add a little weight to the front, so I don't tremendously need this, but I'm going to just move this stuff over here and pretend like I'm trying to protect my wheels, but I'm also adding weight up here. So if I just shoot, so let's see, I'm going to move this wheel back, move this wheel back. Doesn't bounce as much, but still that's a pretty hefty bounce. What to do? I hate to just add dumb weight, but so I'm going to just put some armor up here that will increase the cabin health, but also is weight up front. That's right, I want to get to 5,000 power score anyway. So okay, let's weigh down this front a bit. Yeah, protect that radio. So really this isn't, it doesn't hurt. I mean, as I add this weight, I am slowing down. This vehicle is becoming less speedy, has less acceleration. I'm not tremendously concerned about it because this is mostly a brawler. I could put on a fender. This is another, I don't think that's going to fit. I have to take that off. And that's pretty heavy. But it's also got a ton of health. I mean, you can see my durability has jumped up to 1041, adding those little quarter walls, and see, these are 93 durability each. So this is a pretty sturdy vehicle right now. I'm not as concerned about these back wheels because people are probably more likely to be shooting at the guns. I think it would be a bad idea, but they probably will. You know, to try and de-gun me. Let's see if the bounce now. See, it doesn't move up nearly as much. So cannons are really inaccurate on the move. You can see the reticle open. Something's dragging on the ground. I wonder if these things are dragging. So I felt myself skipping on the ground, and that's bad. You don't want to be going over rough terrain and have, because these tires do have suspension, and you can see it go up and down. So as you're maneuvering, you can really jump, and that's a big problem. The way cannons and all explosions work is they have a radius. You don't want to shoot here because that's mostly going to hit the cabin. And while I said the durability's in the cabin, cannons work in an explosion radius. If I hit here, and we can look at the damage difference. Hit here, it's going to hit a bunch of different objects. So I did 600, 700 damage. If I hit escape and then go back, did about 700 damage. I do have some stuff here on the front though, so it's going to hit the bumper and these. Well, it's going to hit a bunch of things. In the back, there's less objects. There's the radar, the big wall, and it might hit the tires. So I did 700 damage at the side there. Did about 480 there. So clearly I did a better by hitting more objects. So if I aim in between here, it's going to hit the cabin, it's going to hit this fender, it's going to hit that wheel, hit that wall. I didn't do much damage. Oh, that's right, because I just remember what I said. It hit that, it got interrupted by that wheel, and that's why it took off that tire. because the explosions are triggered within 1.5 squares. Anyway, I didn't get to 5,000 power score. Should we keep adding? Now let's just do this. I'm not going to add any decor. Decor increases your reputation bonus. Okay, I'll add one piece of decor. What to add? A duck. Yeah. Is this going to block it? And yes, it will. I want to block my shooting the duck. I think that's going to block it. Maybe not add a duck. Let's add stop sign. There we go. That's pretty simple. Stop. So my reputation bonus is 2%. So I get 2% more to my faction. After the match. Woohoo! I like to use goofy colors because it's more intimidating to people, but this looks pretty cool. Looks like it's all weather beaten. So that's it. This is my build. I've got my guns hidden. So my 413 durability guns are hidden by my 1041 durability cabin. That allows me to keep shooting longer. Obviously, if you don't want to die and still have guns, that doesn't do you much good. But we'll try this. So I have not tried this. I have no idea how it'll work. But we'll go through a battle. I wanted to get to 5,000 so I could do batteries, but we'll do wires. You can also do the other, if you need shotgun or cabin or cannon or wheels, you can do those other mission types and get things and sell them. I like to just get wires or batteries because my inventory doesn't overflow and I have to periodically stop and sell or scrap things and keep track of what I gained to sell. And while you're waiting for a match, you can try different builds. You can test your own vehicle. And this looks pretty cool. That's my Leviathan. Okay, here we go. So, there's me, 46. People are, it looks like they're mostly about 4,000s. I'm going to go into the city as this guy shoots me. So I know these maps, and knowing the maps is important. I'm going to go in the city because it's confined. I've got weapons that are good in short to medium range, so I want to face people in short to medium range. I have just regular radar, so I can't see through walls. You can see I'm hitting tab now and then. Alright, I'm going to let this asshole go. In fact, I'm going to let you die. So I can't see through walls because I don't have a radar detector. Radar detector costs energy, but it's a very powerful module. And I could look into the city and see what's going on. So someone's coming. I'm going to take a left. Okay. I'm not very fast, as I said, so I'm going to leave them. There's 3 guys here. This guy might be a bot because he's moving in kind of a... There's a drone. I'm just going to back up away from it. Got a lead. That's pretty far for cannon shots, but I did hit. So that's everyone who's alive is over here, so let's go over and try and finish them. Cannons are not very good at shooting on the move, as I said. Your reticle, if you do not turn your gun, your reticle will lower even if you're driving. It will close up and you'll become more accurate. So he's got a fuel tank, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to shoot it. And that's why I don't like a fuel tank. It didn't matter, but... So, yeah, we got third place next to a bot. But it wasn't bad. So, and we got some reputation. Again, that this is a reputation that I'm getting plus 2% because of my stop sign. And play, excuse me, another game. And that I got some wires, and you can sell those. Be sure when you're selling them to hit trade and then choose size. Don't just sell, because this is going to be the worst. This will instantly sell it, but that's for the whatever the going rate is. Just put it out there unless you need the money right away. So I have stuff on the market. This is just 32,000. Oops. Yeah, I'm not going to get 32,000 for that. So that was me making a typo. Apollo generator. 325996. 325996. I'm going to put this out there for 32. Anyway. Hey, same map. 5,000, 4,000. Some actually, it's about the same. This time we'll go sort of straight. No, we'll go straight. So this is the way I don't like going, but we're kind of low power score, so it doesn't matter. Yep, just go. Doesn't matter too much. Normally I don't like going over here because you're right out in the open and you can get shot by long range weapons, but no one has any. Oh, look at that guy. It's unbalanced. So that's a poorly balanced vehicle. That's why he's spinning all over the place. Teammates running into me. So he's got Caucasus, which is very good. I just shot his guns off. So I took a lot of damage though. And they're capping. I'm not fast enough to get back, so I'm just gonna I'll cap with this unbalanced guy. I think he lost a wheel, so it's super unbalanced now. Ooh. So that person's standing away from the point and he's not stopping cap. There, now he's dead. Ooh, probably should have gone back, but got tacklers. Yep. Oh, no, two tacklers, one defender. So yeah, he successfully pinpointed my guns. Being behind the cabin doesn't help against machine guns, which are hit scan and are not triggered when they get within 1.5 squares of anything. But that was also my fault for not responding to the radar and not going back. Man, sucking. Let's see if I can correct this thing now. So this is the easy way to do it. So go to storage. I crafted this, and I'm going to trade this, and I'm going to sell it for the market rate. And it'll sell when it sells. But it won't sell at 32,000. That must have been a late night typo. So yeah, not every build is good at everything. I think this has been doing pretty decent. You know, I haven't played at this power score in quite a while, and I've never played with this build before right now. But yeah, an agile, let's say shotgun build will be good against this. Things like rockets are good against it because they do quite a lot of damage. Another cannon gun. So he's got fixed cannons. Now I'm upside down, but he's got no gun. Oh, he's got grinders, or melee. That was me. Oh, he did kill me, but I shot myself. Yeah, that I have a configuration setting where I don't know if I'm talking over this sound effects or not. I can't be helped up because I have some builds that run upside down, so I don't allow people to turn me over. I'm gonna quit out of this game. I will get less resources and reputation doing it, but I'm not playing for that. I'm playing for the joy of playing. So that was a fixed cannon build. I took off his cannon because his was exposed, but he turned me over and ground me down. I'm going to run straight over to them and engage in combat because I'm aggro like that. I'm going to ask for help, and I don't think anyone's going to help me. Okay, so I'm not going to blunder out there. Let's see what's going on. They've all taken off, except for this bot and that guy. I just blew up his ammo. That's why it was a huge explosion. And that's what cannons are good at. Just taking off a lot of pieces. I took off 2 guns, and I don't have anything to fear from this guy, really. Oh, except me missing. And this is what I said I'm not good at. The guns don't turn fast. That did take a lot of damage. So, I can't remember if I said this. I could move those guns and use them as armor. And that wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, I could put them in front of my cabin, and then you would have to take out one of the guns before you actually hurt my cabin. I can't see the health of the guns, but I think my cabin seems to be taking a lot more damage over these last couple of maps than my guns are, because only once did I lose my actual guns. Ooh, goblins. So goblins are huge damage, but to use them you gotta group them up and cannons just take them out. So just keep your cool, learn to spot weapons like that and know where to aim. I just aimed for that big cluster of goblins and then I took them all out, even with rare guns just like the little boys. Here comes a hover. He's got drones. Keep it cool. My friend's in the way. Ah. Please don't run into me. I'm gonna go over and finish him. I'll try to. Oh man. Oh man. He's got 2 engines. Or 2 wheels. Ah, well, I can't win them all. So this is a sideways build. He had to put his cabin sideways, you simply build facing sideways and then change your controls so that strafe is forward and backwards. The benefit of doing that is his cabin is now in front of his wheels, which are hovers. And if you lose your hovers, it's very hard to maneuver. So there's benefits in doing that. But he might win, he might not. But go back to the garage. So what I was saying is, you know, you could do some. I could do something like this. You know, this is just simplistic view, but now I'm leading with my guns. You know, these are blocking each other, but like I said, this front, I would be losing this front gun a lot more, but it's effectively increasing my health by adding a 431 is it 413 durability object in front here. So I don't think little boy, I mean, we could just try it. Do I want this generator just sitting up here? I could have one like this and then basically fight everyone sideways, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and do this. Let's see what this looks like. It's actually probably going to be, yeah, it's going to be a little more balanced because the weight's more evenly distributed. If something's right in front of me, I'm going to block one cannon, you know, and I could stagger it like this, but then it'll, I'd have to move this one over and just kind of a weird balance. So this is like a super firing battleship, except I'm not a battleship. So we'll try this. This is, yeah, just using a cannon as a shield, because I'm losing my overall vehicle health faster than I'm losing my guns, and that doesn't do me any good. Having perfectly fresh weapons and being dead, I'm still dead. I'm just goofing around while I'm waiting for the match to start. You can see these turn very slowly though. So as I'm saying, being really fast, when it takes that long to get my guns to turn around. Oh, let's see, who do I have as a co-driver? I didn't even think about that. Okay, good. So I should use this person as a co-driver because he's good with cannons, but I wanted to use someone who's not good with cannons to simulate a new player experience. So this guy I'm using is not good with cannons at all. So we're going to follow these guys. Yay! Run into him. That'll learn you. I'm gonna hit the brakes to make my gun become more accurate. I'm gonna miss. Back up. Hit. Whoa. So we just got lanced. No, we got chicken or lost. Well, that didn't matter, so because I got hit from the side. This guy's didn't matter. That was interesting. Oh, autocannons. So he has those mounted backwards, which means they will curve around. They can't hit things close to him, but they can go past obstructions like cover. It just takes them a long time to get there. This person is using a really stripped down build with fused drones. People would call this seal clubbing, but as you can see, he's got 274 durability. If we had hit this person once with our cannons, he'd be dead instantly. At the very least crippled. So I just and maybe I'll make another video of that, of taking high level weapons into a low level game. It's called seal clubbing. See, we did pretty good, but yeah, maybe we can do that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take the exact same build. Let's see if this can even move. So I'm already over tonnage because this thing is just so absurdly heavy. Let's move this thing down. So I got a mammoth now. So this will be the last game. This is me seal clubbing. So I'm slower because this thing's so heavy. Oof. And it's really bad on the move, and it shoots much slower in terms of rate of fire of the little boy. So this is dumb. I'm going to put this up top because this thing has 1,167 durability. My gun has more durability than everything combined on my car. I want them to shoot at this. So I'm going to stick it up here and say, hey, in fact, I'm going to go, hey, I dare you to shoot my gun. So in my opinion, taking high-powered weapons into low-powered games is not that good. The little boys, 2 little boys are more effective than 1 mammoth. The mammoth is massive. It turns way slower than the little boys. It's just gigantic, super heavy, and it's designed to be used against bigger targets, not these fast-moving little cars like this. But we'll see how it does. I don't think it'll do that great, but watch me play super awesome, and then people will be like, it proves this is seal clubbing. It looks impressive. I mean, it looks stupid, but it looks like an impressive gun. long wait times out. And you can even try exhibition vehicles while you're waiting. Hate that horn. Okay, they're mostly a bit higher. It's a very narrow tank. Not a good idea because it's easy to tip over. Of course, I've got this mammoth on my roof, so I'm super easy to tip over too. They're already here. Again, this reticle is taking so long to close. Look at me, I got a mammoth. Shoot my mammoth. Look at that long recharge. Did I see someone cloak? Come back here. I shot myself some. Shoot my gun. Alright, well, I'm super seal clubbing. So I got one wheel, a non-steering wheel. I am not going to get much done. Vroom. Yeah, even with this giant purple cannon on my roof, it didn't help. Everyone was just ripping my vehicle apart. I dare you to come over to me. Where's everyone? There's only 2 of us left. Hooray! Okay, so I seal clubbed. So don't do that. Alright, so that was some basics of combat and vehicle design. I think I said that bumpers don't actually add to the structure of the vehicle, but they're very high durability for their weight and power score. So, so you can see this is 72 durability, but if I take it off, I didn't actually lose any durability. Be careful going too crazy with bumpers, because you know, you do add to your, if someone shoots me here, you know, anywhere else in the cabin, I have durability from this wall. This is added 114 to this cabin, whether you shoot this wall or this cabin. But a bumper is only good if you shoot that bumper. If you shoot me in the back and the wheels and the side, doesn't matter, because this bumper only protects here. This fender protects the entire vehicle in a way, because it adds its 93 durability to my overall vehicle. As you can see, I'm 1041. Take off this, 948. I'm 1041. Take off this, still 1041. So, yeah, bumpers also have increased resistance to melee attacks. So when people use active melee, like harvesters, like borers or chainsaw things, druzbas. They are good at absorbing that damage. But don't go crazy with it. At least at low power score, you want to have a. You saw my vehicle last game. I was blown to pieces. If I had, instead of having all these things, I had a lot of bumpers all over the place, I would have been dead because I took a lot of damage. So hopefully this gives you some insights into building and playing. I just stick with it. Even though I went into that game with a legendary weapon, I did do well, but I'm also good with that weapon, and I also got into positions where I could shoot people and they didn't shoot back. I think I would have done better with little boys, or maybe people saw that giant purple cannon and just avoided me. I don't know. So anyway, that's it for now, and this is Duke Rustfield. Hope you have fun playing Crossout. Take it easy.